Hi, this is Mark Birch, and the following should give you a plan for an awesome top grade response. And today I'll be looking at how Shakespeare presents guilt in the play. Shakespeare's company had achieved royal patronage as the king's men, so would wish to produce material that would appeal to the king. The gunpowder plot of 1605 and the perceived threats posed by witches made a play about the dangers of witchcraft and regicide highly appealing to the king. Macbeth's guilt is such that initially even the thought of regicide terrifies him. In Act 1, Scene 3, he states that the horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs. Lady Macbeth's Unsex Me Here speech from Act 1, Scene 5 is essentially a recognition that guilt could compromise her ability to carry out the murder, and so she asks that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose. Macbeth's guilt is exploited by Lady Macbeth in Act 1, Scene 7 when she says, "Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself?" In Act 2, Scene 1, Macbeth seems to recognise that it's guilt that could be creating the illusion of the dagger that he sees before him as he goes to kill Duncan. It's a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain. A really important scene for dealing with guilt. The sleep motif features prominently, sleep being denied to those that are guilty. You've got Macbeth's "Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hands," with blood metaphorically symbolising the guilt, and he ends the scene with "Wake Duncan with thy knocking, I would thou couldst," showing his guilt at what he's done. Lady Macbeth's lack of guilt is contrasted to Macbeth's guilt in Act 2, Scene 2, when she says "a little water clears us of this deed," in contrast to Macbeth's "will all great Neptune's oceans." Macbeth's second meeting with the witches removes all of the checks of guilt and conscience as he gains a sense of invincibility. The horror of a lack of guilt is evident in Macbeth's later murders, the murders of Banquo and Macduff's entire family. Following the murder of Banquo, when Macbeth discusses this with the murderers, there's no sense of guilt whatsoever. There's only the fear that Fleance has escaped and the premonition of the witches may come true. Lady Macbeth's sleepwalking scene shows the way in which guilt has overtaken her. There's an enormous contrast with the way in which she needs light by her always now, and yet said "come thick night" in Act 1, Scene 5. You've also got the contrast between her need to get the spot out from her hand and "a little water clears us of this deed." Lady Macbeth's guilt at the end of the play is also comparable to Macbeth's guilt near the beginning of the play, as they both exhibit hyperbole in relation to blood. We have Lady Macbeth's "perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand," directly comparable to Macbeth's "great Neptune's ocean." For the close analysis required to flesh out this framework, please refer to the videos I've done on the specific scenes. Okay, ta.